Howdy y'all, I'm EveAnna Manley here at Manley Labs in Chino, California, and today we're going to dive into the VOXBOX. Manley VOXBOX is a huge channel strip. It has all kinds of goodness inside. The Manley VOXBOX signal chain is all tube. Because why? Because tubes rule. So you can come in the mic or the line input. There are actually 5 Manley iron transformers in here. The mic input transformer, the line input, the preamplifier output transformer, the input transformer for the EQ and de-esser section, and then the final 9611 output transformer. If you're coming on the direct input, the third input, that's transformerless. That's for your keyboards, guitars, bass, any instrument input, any unbalanced input that you want to bring in, you can bring it in through the DI on the faceplate. The compressor section's kind of like an LA2A. It uses some signal that we derive from the output, and it drives an LED inside a light, tight case that shines upon an element that changes its resistance according to how much light is hitting it. Those used to be commercially available in these little packages. They became obsolete, so guess what? We had to roll our own. That is the Manley Deluxe module. So we started making our own deluxe modules a few years ago because the commercially available units became very scarce and very expensive, and they're all over the place. This ensures that you get the same consistency of VOXBOX you bought today that matches one that maybe you had from 20 years ago. It's a very forgiving compressor because it's acting like a volume control. And the only thing in the signal path really are a pair of resistors acting like a voltage divider. This is why it is such great dynamic control for vocals especially. The compressor here, it's a low ratio compressor, about 3-to-1. There are attack and release controls, unlike the original LA2A. In the VOXBOX, all the XLR outputs come through transformers, while all the 1/4-inch jacks are transformer-less. So you can listen and decide which sound do I want. So you've got the cleanliness of the 1/4-inch jack versus the transformer color of the XLR jacks. Your choice. Okay, let's talk about the EQ and the limiter, which is also a de-esser. The equalizer is based on our Manley mid-frequency EQ, but we blew out the sides. So it goes down to 20 hertz and goes up to 20 kilohertz on the top end. And it's a peak, dip, peak, like a smiley face, a very flattering type of equalizer to just add little touches of sparkle and a little heft in the bass. It's a passive equalizer, which means that we're using resistors and chokes and capacitors to sculpt the frequency spectrum. All right, the de-esser. The de-esser is another instance of an LA2A type of limiter this time, a higher ratio 10-to-1 limiter, but we put a trick in there. It also is a de-esser. Sometimes when you're fighting S's, coming through a gap in your teeth or something like that, some units can be very over-controlling, maybe I would say. This de-esser is more like a naturalizer. It just tames that S, and it's a very effective way to do it. It's a quick enough attack without being brutal and assassinating all the high frequency on your voice. The metering is extensive in the unit. You can monitor your input levels, your output levels, how much compression you are affecting, how much limiting you're applying, and it's all displayed on this beautiful analog VU meter. Aha, and Manley Power. All of this is powered by our beautiful innovation in switch mode power supply design, designed by Bruno Putzis for us, Manley Power. And it's working at 125 kilohertz. There's no hum in the unit. There's no 50 or 60 hertz hum. It works all around the world. It's quiet, and it sounds better. The newer Manley Power units have this little red push-button switch here that turns on the unit through a low-voltage relay. We've been building this unit since the late 1990s, and all these parts inside we've been using for decades, as you can tell. The WEMA caps, the Borns potentiometers, the SciFam meters, just everything inside. The Neutrik XLR connectors, and even the sidechain link RCA jacks, those are Manley designed and Manley made RCA jacks. This is a very mature product that we've been building. You can feel very confident in its reliability, even used on stage touring.